Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings, and welcome back to the Musing Moon Meditation. I am your host, a practicing holistic Sha'medium and subtle energetic surgeon, merging the indigenous technologies, the spirit of West Africa, Burkina Faso, the Dagara tribe, and Dano with subtle energies, elements, and elemental beings, and so much more. My intention truly is to merge the innate wisdom of these indigenous ways, these technologies, with the subtle realms, really to assist you into navigating to and through your prime directive, reintroducing you to the magical being that I believe resides within each and every one of us. My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my audio medicine room. And if you haven't already, please be kind and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tonya D. Hit the bell button so you're notified. And also, if you don't mind, liking the videos so that algorithm on YouTube echoes out to suggest me to other like-minded musers out into the galactic universe, or even my podcast, Musing with Tonya D, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or just subscribing to my newsletter to be in the knowing, so you are notified when I share some light. And also, if you are curious and want to dive in a little deeper, I have offerings at club.tonyad.tv, all about the world of energies and the elementals, continuing the journey of voices of the other world, or uncovering secrets of the other world as well. However, let's continue with this Musing Moon meditation. It's actually dedicated to the full moon in Libra in preparation for this full pink moon. It's arriving on Saturday, April 16th. However, on the early evening into Saturday morning, this bright star called Spica is going to actually appear below the full moon at about 9 degrees apart. It's an action energy, and they will shift closer together as the evening processes further into early morning, as it's a progression. But the full moon is going to apex at 2:55 p.m. Eastern, 1:55 p.m. Central, 12:55 p.m. Mountain, and 11:55 a.m. Pacific. So appearing full for about 3 days, making this a weekend of just full moon bliss, especially if you're a reflector out there. But it's also known as the Paschal full moon. So this full moon, it's the full moon of spring, which the season actually began on the spring equinox, being an important moon to those who do celebrate Easter. The date of Easter actually depends on the date of this full moon, or the pink moon. So Easter is generally celebrated on the first Sunday after the first full moon of the spring. So this really is an Easter to remember, I suppose. But being that this full moon in the essence of the season of Aries is at the 26th degree, the 6 has the quality of Libra as well, and the 2 is the essence of the moon. So our feelings are integrating with our ability to open up and receive. And Aries being the season of the sun, it's how we are seen in our outer world. It's our actions, our characters, our behaviors. Opposing our feelings about commitments to partnerships, mastery, or even self, our relationships to ourselves or the other, depending on where the highway is in the sky for you. This is going to determine the gateways or the doorways that open as well. So this energy, this frequency is going to carry over into the next season of Aries into 2023. And we also, we must look to Venus, because Libra is that ruler, and also looking to Mars. So Venus being that is what we do open up to. It's what we are opening up to receive, or it's kind of like a reception center. And 12 degrees Pisces. So this tells me that our heart and our feelings are aligning with our spirit, creating a new profound belief, or a structure within our beliefs that's new. And Mars is literally in the 1st degree of Pisces, creating some sacred space around our heart to commune with spirit. Pisces, a boundary, a spiritual acumen, having our own innate faith. So we went from the new moon in Aries, healing our actions and our character within ourselves, creating integrity within ourselves, kind of like fine-tuning the healing and really releasing all of the past karma, if you will. to committing to shifting a transformation of owning our power, which is Saturn energy. And Saturn's in Aquarius. It's a frequency, vibration, energy. So we have this inner knowing, or even an outer knowing, a knowingness actually in that area that this is all playing out. So it's time really to own our power. It's time to get off the fence. And Pluto's in Capricorn. It's a boundary, and being that Pluto has been revolutionizing the authority, the leaders, etc. for a while now. I believe actually since 2008. But this full moon is us having enough of these authorities, this Capricornian frequency, as it's also creating a square with Aries and the moon in Libra. So it's all kind of a heyday to a play day, right? So things are really going to change. They're going to shift, taking the action to change the stage. So we make this decision to actually make the change. So we have an opportunity to innovate and to heal and to take our own innate behaviors, our daily living space, to the next level. So it feels as if life is elevating or escalating, just moving to what things ultimately become, rising up to the level or a state of consciousness that says passion is elevating as well and innovating what we value. So it's been doing this dance for actually a few months, taking the values to manifest to a higher level. So we're being called to chime in on our values, to stand up straight, to take the lead, and to pull ourselves out of that cosmic debris. And the bottom line is just knowing our innate value, knowing that we are worth more, and realizing the possibilities that are endless, that we have been undervaluing ourselves, maybe through people, places, things, or situations, events that are undervaluing us as well. I mean, it really is time to take the lead. The price of living is getting out of hand. We aren't going to stay quiet about it either. We aren't going to accept this pursuit. So it's like our ego, Aries, is possibly a bit annoyed, maybe feeling fierce, unhappy with our treatments, even our thoughts. So we're questioning in ways where the economy is headed as well, the big picture, the world at large. It's as if we are coming out of this hibernation, from this deep sleep. So we may be feeling where our relationships to the future, like where we are going in the future, what's going to change, where are we headed into the future. So we know that we all want a different relationship to our future, whether it's our future self, the way the future is going, revolutionizing our future, where our power, our control, our authority, the intensity of passion, our control of our long-term decisions, as far as power, like in governments, big corporations, economies, the otherworldly leadership kinds of things. So we have this ability to reconcile, to clarify, to become clear about something between our heart, where we are, who we are, the pathway we're heading to, and what our feelings are about these relationships to ourselves or to the others, even mastering our own relationship to ourselves, and how we reconcile that with this absolute light, this absolute power. That is actually Pluto's frequency. We've got Pluto, the moon, and the sun. It's like they're all coming to dinner, I guess. They're at the diner. So it's like, where are these boundaries? Where's the fine line? Where's our control, the long term, and Pluto is actually a slow moving planet. So it really is decision time, where there's changes in those decisions, taking those decisions of our heart, of our emotions that are ultimately guiding us to speak our truth, to speak our knowing. So the energy centers involved with this full moon, we have the third eye, we have visioning, intuition, wisdom. We have our throat center, our self-expression, our spiritual truths. We have our sacral, our channel of emotional empathy. We have our root, like grounding things into reality, so we can create a new vision for our life. So it's as if we are diving into a new action plan for our future, a new destiny, a new direction of where we are heading when it comes to our outer character, our image. So this could be just a change of heart, a change of our character, a commitment to that character, to that beingness that we want to be, or an image we want to put out there. and also a long-term action plan. So this is futuristic that we are going to go ahead with. It could be anything from what we do for a living, how we are seen in the outer world. It's what we do and who we are, and our heart is committing to the doing. And the full moon, Libra, is creating the qualities and the actions that relate to Libra frequency. So we're committing as far as committing to fairness, to our own self-mastery, our long-term futuristic relationships. Where are they going to go? Where are they not going to go? And just opening up maybe to a different balance, a new justice, a new fairness of our long-term futuristic relationships. And all of this is this character, this image, this long-term relationships, partnerships even. They become reconciled in places of power, possibly power in our careers, our authority, our home, the channel of authority. So things are transforming, but at the same time, it's as if everything is making sure that our character and our own self-image, our relationships, they're all fitting in with the life we wish to live in areas relating to the home. That's in transit, so if that makes sense. So I am not actually going to go through the signs, but we are going to do some magical breath work, breathing through the channels of the energetic centers to align with the frequency of our actions and our characters, our relationships, the feelings of those relating, and the visions of power, which our heart is seeking, like a change in power, our character, or just changing our power and our relationships, with also changing our power within our career, leadership that we have, 100% absolute light faith in a destiny that we do have full faith in. That destiny, we have a belief in our relationships, in what we are becoming, along with the Aries season, who we are, who I am. That really is the I am presence when I say I am. So we do have the ability to access this absolute light of faith and belief to transform during this full moon. So it really is the good and the gooder of the karma that we healed with the new moon in Aries at the 11th degree, kind of like the 11th hour, the 11th dimension, of just being protected or under the protection of the gods or the goddesses or the beings connected and in alignment with the otherworldly beings, the angels, the elementals, and having an elevated faith as well, a spiritual vision to really access us to make a change within our own power, our own character, relationships, and all of that. So with all of that, take a breath and take a pause. And I'm actually going to switch a few gears here, just calling in the realm. I was inspired by a friend of mine, a soul sister, to really climb into my power, access those realms, bring those realms to the village. So we're actually going to do an invocation, and then we're going to be breathing through these channels of our energetic, subtle energy body system, kind of merging both the elemental world into the subtle energetic fields, if you will. So with that, let's go back and take that breath to get centered within ourselves and take that pause. I always like to take a breath of 3 on the inhale and also take a breath of releasing on the exhale when I exhale. So hold for a count of 3 on the inhale, take a breath and take a pause, and exhale for a count of 3 and release. And bring in the intergalactic capacity of the container and holding space for each of the elements. And bringing into this container, we want to honor with gratitude and blessings and all the juice, the frequency of the essence of my friend, my guide and my elder Malidoma Somi. So with that, we want to call in our ancestors, being that this is a fire year in the Dagara tradition. Just say it out loud or say it in your mind's eye. Ancestors, ancestors, ancestors. Call on all the ancestors from our mother's side, from all the way back to the stars, infinity and beyond. And call to the ancestors from our father's side, going all the way back to the stars and infinity and beyond. calling in our ancestors to come now and to open this sacred circle for us to this place, and all who are listening and everybody who is tuning in. We're in this sacred ritual, this sacred listening portal, this containers. And we're going to ask, possibly, that we ask our ancestors that they connect us to our lineage, to our timelines, to our fire, the place that we come from, the other world, the beings of fire. Connecting us to our waters, the waters that flow in and above the earth, that also flow in and through our bodies, the waters that are flowing through and from those other worlds, bubbling springs, still water, moving water, carrying, flowing, and opening the door for us to connect. So many otherworldly beings and ancestors connect us to the Wedeme, the wild citizens of nature, the keepers of the wild, that bring us the medicines of fierce protection, transformation, change, and authenticity. We wish to call in and call upon to connect to us the Candomblé with their sacred songs, the beauty that resides within their voice, the ability of their poetry, their art, their laughter, their play, to see the joy in life, the embers, the love that they have for us to bring these ancient technologies, these wisdoms, and to hold them for us through our time, to share them with us in our human form. And ancestors, connect us to the genie. These are the sacred guardianships to the physical world, the other realms of this planet. Their speed, their strength, this incredible, potent, otherworldly energy that they utilize for transformation, alignment, the essence of light, the grids, the geometry that is anew. And ancestors, connect us to Wadiye and her ability to nourish us all unceasingly, and connecting us to the minerals of the earth, just going all the way deep into the center of it, the minerals in the center of our bodies, the bones, those hard bones, the medium bones, our soft bones, our fluids, our minerals being fluidic, that we may have access to our own sacred frequency and our own Sira, what we look like in the other world and the other dimensions. And ancestors, connect us to Tingan and Timbalu, the keepers of our earth, the beings and the bodies of our earth, our mother and our father. May they hold this sacred container for us today so we can soften ourselves, access our bones, our breath, that we may be fed, nourished, nurtured, that Tingan may be the umbrella of that protection over and of this sacred community that has gathered here today with the assistance of all of the otherworldly beings, and bring that sacred wisdom, that knowledge, that justice, so that we may bring forth our gifts, our purpose, our own personal medicine, so that for everyone who is calling out for that sacred medicine, that they too may receive it, and we may receive all the medicine that is trying to make its way to us and through us. And in doing so, also honoring my dear friend, my elder, Melodoma Somé, who too has recently become that ancestor, being that bridge. And we ask that Melodoma, my elder, my messenger, my guide, that you can see and smile and laugh and be acknowledged and access the wisdom that you too have created, that you have brought together from the origin, the cosmic blessings of the other world. Assisting us today in this sacred offering and honoring you from the depths of my soul, my prime directive, my inner genius, just honoring your essence so deeply. And take a moment and take a pause. Tune into the sound of mineral, which is the sound of the voice. And take in another inhale and allow the deepness of that voice, the sigh, to be released. Holding the minerals, which hold a very unique purpose in our essence, in our DNA, a unique code that we have yet to unlock as modernity, but it's as unique to each and every one of us. They're within our bones, they're within our 10th energetic center. These bones, these tissues, these fluids, these bloods. So this is definitely something otherworldly happening out there. And as you breathe in through your crown and all the way down to your root center, and you exhale and release the possibilities, the endless possibilities, knowing who you are in your container, in your vessel, in your beingness. Inhale to your sacral center, your emotional channel, and your feelings, and commit to a feeling that is possibly otherworldly, that is futuristic. And on your exhale, release those feelings that are no longer integrating. Inhale down through the crown into your solar plexus, a place of knowingness. And feel into that knowingness and release all knowings or thoughts, actions or characters that no longer resonate in your center of will. Inhale through the crown and all the way down to your heart space, the channel of relational, and having a relationship with the self, a commitment to yourself, the feelings of yourself, and validating those feelings. Exhale and release. Inhale down your crown and all the way to your throat center, the space where we self-express our voice, our spiritual truths, and utilize your voice to be an authority of reconciling all aspects of yourself that are no longer integrating with who it is you are going to become over the next year. Inhale through the crown and down to your third eye, your vision center, your intuition, and your wisdom. And commit to the sight and sourcing the stories, the visions. And exhale any cosmic debris that is no longer in alignment with who you are. So now I want you to inhale all the way down through the crown, kind of pinging on each of your energetic centers, the in-body ones. And as you exhale, release into the Earth Star, creating a sacred sphere, a sphere of influence. And within this sphere, your actions, your characters, your leadership, your feelings, your partnerships, all things related to Aries or Mars or Libra, the Moon, Venus, Pluto, Capricorn, Saturn. Everybody is at your personal round table. And within this round table, you are being assisted through faith and belief to your own personal spiritual acumen, moving forward to a future that you belong to be in. And with all of that, inshallah and Ashe, and make it a magical full moon blessing day, a pink moon of all things, which pink actually energetically is a combination of our crown center and our root center combined. So it really is the energy of both of these coming down in through and meeting in our heart space, knowing who we are in our soul's authenticity. So again, with all of that, blessings to you. And as always, I will see you on the other side.